Hello my friends, welcome to Bookla's channel. In today's video I will show you how to create a service selection list for Bookla booking component and how to achieve that with Framer custom components. So at the end of this tutorial you will be able to create something like this, where your customers can select a service, then choose available time and make a booking. And after that, this component can be used on any of your pages. And the beauty of this approach is basically that you can create any design for your service selection. So let's not waste your time, let's get started. Alright, we are in Framer, and for this video I created an empty project called barbershop without anything inside that, so just an empty canvas. And let's start creating our list of services. So first of all, we need to create a list item. Let's go to the layout, select frame, and let's draw a list item. So let it be, okay, the width 400, height 68. All right, looks good. The background color, let's change to something grayish. All right. Now let's change the border, the corner radius. Let it be 16, for example. Yeah, looks good. And now let's add text. Just select text on the panel and let's click inside our box and let's write the service name. Let it be men's haircut. All right, let's just align it a little bit. And now we can create basically a stack, because we need to add one more label and we need to stack it inside our box. Just right click and select add stack. By default this is a vertical stack, but you can change the direction to be the horizontal. And if we go to layers, we can see that, all right, we have frame, stack and the text label here. Just copy and paste the label and change the text, for example, to something like $20. And we see that our items inside our stack are centered, but would be better to have some space between them. Let's just select our stack, and here in the distribute field we can change space between. And now we can just add some spacing on the left and on the right. Let's just select left, put some kind of 24, I think would be fine, and 24 from the right. All right, looks good. So maybe we just need to change the font for service name to be a little bit bigger, and also the weight can be semi-bold. All right, looks good. I think we can use this item as our base list item. And we're ready to create the component for that item. Right click on the item and click create component. And just let's call it list item or service item as you want. So click create. And now we are inside the component editor, where we can add more variants and some states, for example, hover state or press state. Let's just rename the variant 1 to, for example, unselected state, and just create one more variant for our selected state. Let's rename it also to selected state, and we can change basically the background color here. Let's just select our item and just change the fill color. For example, let's make it orange, for example. Yeah, more or less like that. And now we can change also the color for our text. Just select the text and change the color, for example, for white, and this one also for white. All right, maybe I would change the orange to make it a little bit darker. Yeah, like that. Now it looks really good. So now just to see that we have two selected states, Okay, now it looks good, and let's add some parameters that we can change. Alright, now it looks good, and we can add some variables that we can change. For example, the service name and the price for our item to reuse it in our list. So just select the unselected state, select the text item, and here in the content where we have a service name, just click plus and create variable and plain text. Let's call it title. So by default, I like it. And then select another label for the price and just also add a variable for the content. Click plus, create variable, plain text, and Framer already shows us the name as a price, so it understands that it displays the price, so looks perfect. And now if we, for example, go to our home state and we select the item, we can see that we can change the variant. You see, selected and unselected. And also we can edit the title and the price, for example, 15. So yeah, it works fine. Now let's add this list item into a vertical stack to create a list. Just right click, add stack, and yeah, maybe just change the width to be like, for example, 500. And also when we select our item, we can also change the width to fill the space inside the stack. All right, we have one item in a list, and now we can just copy and paste items. Oh, as we see, the distribution is horizontal, but you can change it easily. Just select the stack and change the direction to the vertical. All right, now we have our list. So maybe let's make it a little bit smaller, like 420. Yeah, looks fine. And now we can just change the text for our services. So for example, first one, let it be men's haircut. The next one will be, for example, bird lineup, and the last one, let it be hair design, like something special. And for the bird lineup, we can change the price to $10, and for hair design, let it be something like $25. All right, we have a list, but we need to create states for our list. For example, when first item is selected, second item is selected, and the third item is selected. And also to display the booking component. So now let's create another component from the stack. Just click on the stack, right click, and create a new component. And let's call it services list. Create. And you see we have our new component where we can add also variants, basically for different states. And let's by default, let's select the men's haircut, and just select the variant selected, and variant 1, we can leave it like variant 1, or we can just rename it to haircut, just to easily navigate between those states. Now let's add the variant for our bird lineup, and here we need to rename it to bird, for example, and select the men's haircut, change the state to unselected, and for bird lineup, click selected. So right now we have two states, and when on the first state we click on the bird lineup, we want our bird lineup basically to be selected. Just select the bird lineup, and here there is a icon what you can click and just drag to the next state and select click. So right now, if we can run this component, we can see that we can go to this state, but we can't go back. Let's go back and let's add the back state. Just select the main haircut and here just drag back to the haircut state. And if we run it, we can see, oh, all right, we have 2 states that are working. And the same thing we can do with the third variant. Let's call it design. And here also unselect haircut and select hair design. And for example, from the bird, we can go to design, and from this one, we also can go to design. And from bird lineup, we can go back. So it's already done because we just copied the variant from haircut and men's haircut. And let's just drag it to the correct one. And now we can check if everything is working properly. Let's select the first variant and click play. And now we can just click through all the services, and yeah, it looks great. So the list is working and all the items are changing. Now let's go back, and it's time to add Bookla booking component into our states. First of all, just open the plugins screen and in search field type Bookla, and you will be able to find the Bookla plugin. Click on Bookla, and now you can drag and drop the fixed component here. So for our tutorial, all our services will be a fixed type, but you can use also other service types, so it's like not problem at all. Now let's change the width of our component to basically fill all the space, because it will be the same width as our list. And if we're gonna change the width in the future, so all items will be adjusted. And now I think we can change this black color into orange to make it look more consistent. To do that, we need to select item setting in Bookla component and change the brand color to be the orange one. Alright, now it looks much better. And now it's time to go to Bookla and copy some settings to make this component work. And we are in Bookla right now, and I already created 3 services for our tutorial to represent the same list of services that we created before. So we have haircut, bird lineup, and hair design. And now we can link those services to our Framer component. Let's go back to Framer and select our booking component. Let's go down in the settings, and in Bookla settings we need to select API region US because we are using US here, and now we need to create the API key. Let's go back to Bookla and go to developer section, and let's create API key, and let's call it barbershop. So we need to select only last 3 permissions because we need this component only for client booking, and we don't need to give access to this API key to edit our services, resources, price rules, or anything else. Click create and copy this API key. Go back to Framer and let's put our API key. Now let's go back to Bookla, and we need to copy the company ID. Click on the company, here is the ID, copy that, go back and paste the company ID. And now we need a service ID for men's haircut here. Let's go to Bookla and go to services, and in haircut service we need to copy this ID. Let's go back and put in our service ID field. Alright, this component is linked to Bookla, and just let's check if it works. And yeah, we see that the component is working. The price is $15. We can just click through. All right, this time is not available. But if we click to next services, we see that the same component is reused and it doesn't change to the service that we want. Let's go back and fix that. First of all, let's go to the bird section and select our booking component. Now we need to delete it from this state. Just click on the keyboard delete button, or you can delete it just by clicking right click and just click delete. So how the framer components are working, basically it's not deleted here, it's just hidden. And we can see here on the left side that this component is hidden. And now we can just add another component from Bookla plugin, and the same, just drag and drop it here. And just do the same with the width, and also change the item color to orange. So now we have another component with another reference. That's why these components will be changing when you're changing the variants of your framer components for our service list. And now we just need to connect it with Bookla. And for the API key and company ID, we need to use the same variables as in previous component. So just select the previous component, and if Bookla settings are open, it will automatically open it in another component. So just copy API key, put it here, select again, copy company ID and paste it here. And now we need to insert service ID for our bird lineup. Go to Bookla, select bird lineup, copy the ID, go back and put it into service ID. And now let's check if it's working. So men's haircut is working, bird lineup also is working. So $10, $10, and we see that this service is available more often because it's a shorter service, just 30 minutes. And the last thing, we need to do the same with the last hair design booking component. So just deleting our component that we used for haircut, and just go to Bookla, drag and drop. Yes, just do the same, because basically we're just adding a new component here. And the width fill, and the item brand color, like this. And just select this component, and let's copy API key. Just paste it. And paste the company ID. And now the last thing, we just need to copy the service ID. All right, go back, put the service ID here, and voila, looks like everything is ready. Let's just double check. Men's haircut, working. Bird lineup, working. Hair design, working. So yeah, we see that everything is working properly. And now let's just try to click continue. Yeah, and we go to the client data state, and we can basically make our booking. Now let's check how this component looks on our page. Go back and go to the home page, and you see we have a component that we just created with all the states, and we can use it on our home page. Or for example, we can just create a new page and reuse it here. So to do that, just go to the assets, and you will see in your project folder the service list. So just drag and drop, and this component is ready to use on any page that you are creating. As you see, my friends, it was really easy to create a list of services and connect it with Bookla booking component. And using this approach, you can create any design for services selection. And also you can add some more complexity, for example, add some categories of your services or resource selection and then connect this resource to the booking component. So basically you have a lot of flexibility with this approach. So thank you for watching. Please, in the comments, share the projects that you are working on and using Bookla, and subscribe to this channel, and see you on the next one. Bye bye!